Coach, we're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River, and we've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the New York Jets. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Here we go. 10-2 stop.
53, not 53. Bring it
Down.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Hey, lock it. Look at me. Go.
They'll drop the throw. And that will be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down, here's Justin Vogel on to punt it away. Here's Jackson to return. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Great 57.
Shit. Tight dog. Sling.
Hey, empty. It's a touch.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Forced out to his left. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Jam.
Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Go. 180.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Slam.
Now Howard. And an Allen run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10.
Check 24.
Two jet. Great 57.
Shotgun now for Wentz. That's caught by Howard.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Black, come on.
Wentz going to throw. And this is incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
It's just me and you. Check nickel.
Hey, other side, solid.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
Hey.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Check.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one.
Now! Hey, Haywood! Hard! Go!
Back.
Shoot!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Yeah. We own it. Rock it.
Switch.
Now back to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Flushed out right. And complete to Zach Ertz. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Your trip is here.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Sunday.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Wynn's going to try and throw on third. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. On fourth down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 36. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10.
Down. 70. Indy.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go.
Watch safety green. Watch safety green. Leo. Look at me. Zipper.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Fair.
He's checking crap.
Look. Squeeze. Yo. Go. 5.
He'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Lock it. Look at me. Go. Big grip.
They'll look to throw. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it, and they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180.
Hey, we heavy on the edges.
40.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, ball's out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
14 yards there and an Eagle first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wentz now to throw. Dancing to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. Green brings it in. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now Wentz, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
On 2nd down. It's Bell. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Go! 90 Wolf. 54. Two jet bombers. Two jet bombers. Hey, Delta. Check. Switch. Go. Go. Rock it. Now.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, 97 yards. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
From the 31, Wentz. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Check 43.
Leo, hey, wahoo!
Back to throw here. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Well, he's been the guy. Already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 19-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home. And they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Once again here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sack left, baby. Yum, 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 yum.
A loss of 9 on the play.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches have told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right. Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Hey, box truck. Yep.
Hey, one set.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got a noon one. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Jets.
This quarterback now, he's hit on just 5 of 15 throws, a poor percentage, but it's 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Wentz now on first down. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep. He's got a man. Complete. A big pickup of 38. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10.
Rock 57. Here we go, G. Get off the field. 57 to Mike. 57.
Now Wentz again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. From midfield, here's Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 23-yard line.
Back. Waiting.
Here we go. Strong right. Strong right.
Here's Wentz to throw. He's got Green. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
61, matchbox lights.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And in this rain, they were nice and cautious there on the extra point try, and that caution was well warranted as this game is tied. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll drop the throw. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
I don't think you got it, son.
Check. Hey, Alpha. Hey, lock it.
Kill. Hey, turn it out.
Go.
Check 31.
Hey, rock it. Get it.
2nd and 10. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the slant.
Hey, exit.
53 is the mic. Rip right. Check. 53.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking deep for Demarius. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from UVA, Ron Thornhill. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Thomas, the intended target. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Green, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 3. Hey,
Look at me. Go.
Check.
You're out.
Check 25. Wide. Get wide. Switch it.
Now.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Anunu's got it, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means
nowhere there to escape, and he goes down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, G.
Topper!
Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch.
Now!
Banjo.
Hey, Zoo!
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Really in a hole here. 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Looking to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 16-yard line.
They go with Howard again. Oh, breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. A second broken tackle. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
57. Mike, 57.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 7.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
57 to Mike.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 1st down, it's Howard. Breaks through the contact. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Running with Howard. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, will step aside. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
57 to Mike. 50.
Hey, high 7.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Deep ball for Jeffrey. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. Wentz the handoff to Ajayi. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon.
Oh, no, he lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
53 for Mike.
Go!
Check 44, check 44.
Yeah!
Check Nick.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take the blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run with Howard. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for a 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Wentz now to throw, and that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
I know I'm not giving enough credit to the defenders because that pass was incomplete. But come on, it was A.J. Green. I always expect him to come up with the ball.
Yeah, on those deep routes especially, even on incompletions, it's fun to watch him run those routes.
It certainly is, but he eats up ground, and he usually goes up and gets it.
big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Bravo!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a three-point game. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
This to the 25 before it's all said and done. 22 yards there, a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
And an alley to run. He's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They're going to look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. He couldn't hook up with a Nunwa that time. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
2nd and 6 at the Jets' 34-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Howard. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Takes 3. 218. Chop.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And Howard stops short. He didn't get there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Jordan Howard with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Now Wentz going to lead the Eagles up to go for 2.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Jets.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time, one-play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Eagles, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.